Hello everyone! Some time ago, we were teased that older units would receive buffs in future versions, and now, 1 week apart from the version 3.4, we already know what will change for the characters that they announced changes. My name is Divinix, and in this video, I will talk about all the buffs coming from the 4 units, as well as letting you know what you need to change on your builds after the buffs happen, so that you can have the most out of these new buffs. Just before the video starts, don't forget to leave your sub and your like if you find this video useful or simply to support my work. 98% of you are not following the channel and I post content almost every day, so I'm sure you won't regret it. And don't forget, I could be milking this by releasing a guide for each character, yapping about everything on their kit again, but instead I'm making it all into one video just addressing what changed. Also, follow me on my other socials if you want to be on par with everything related to me. All the links will be on the description, so without any furthers, let's start talking about these new buffs. Just before we start talking about the characters, I think I should talk a bit about how this buff mechanic works, or like how Yo is calling it, the Nova Flare. First of all, these buffs will be available for the 4 characters announced previously: Blade, Silverwolf, Kafka and Jingliu as soon as the version 3.4 starts, and when your account reaches Trailblaze level 4 or above. After characters are enhanced, their abilities, traces and Eidolon's effect might be changed by Hoyo, and after characters are enhanced, characters that are owned and recently obtained will be regarded as enhanced by default. So, if you pulled an enhanced character in the future, but you still want to play with their original version, you will need to switch it. Which leads us to the next point. You can switch between the character's enhanced and previous state in the character details character enhancement interface. And after the version 3.4 update until the end of the version 3.5, we will have a character trial event where we can try and test these new buffs and receive some stellar jades upon completing the trials. And for last but not less important, enhanced characters in Nova Flare will be expanded periodically, which means that as the game progresses, more and more characters will be buffed. So now that we know about all of this, let's finally start by talking about what changes specifically for each character. Starting with Silverwolf, she suffered enhancements on her skill, ultimate, talent, her 3 major traces and Eidolons 2 and Eidolons 4. And all the changes I'm going to talk about in this video will be regarding the character's abilities at level 10, so keep that in mind. With her skill, the base chance to add 1 weakness to the target was increased to 120%, and Silverwolf now prioritizes planting the weakness corresponding to the first ally target in the lineup, while also increasing the target res reduction debuff for a total of 3 turns now. In addition, the further reduction of the target's all-type res was increased to 13%. Her ultimate now is an AoE attack, and the base chance of decreasing all enemies' defense by 45% for 3 turns was increased to 120%. On her talent, Silverwolf bugs now reduce attack by 10%, defense by 12% and reduce speed by 6%, and the base chance to implant 1 random bug after Silverwolf attacks for 3 turns was increased to 100%. And when the enemy target is defeated, the weakness Silverwolf implanted on it will be transferred to another surviving enemy on the field that hasn't been implanted with a weakness before, prioritizing elite targets and greater. With her first major trace, Bug's duration is extended for 1 turn, and every time an enemy is inflicted with a weakness break, Silverwolf has a 100% base chance of implanting a random bug in an enemy. With her second major trace, at the start of the battle, immediately regenerates 20 energy, and Silverwolf now regenerates 5 energy at the start of her turn. With her third major trace, for every 10% effective trace that Silverwolf has, additionally increases her attack by 10% to a max of 15%. With her Eidolon 2, when enemy targets enter battle, increases damage received by 20%. And when the enemy target receives an attack from ally targets, Silverwolf has a 100% base chance of implanting the attacked enemy target with 1 random bug. And for last, with her Eidolon 4, after using Silverwolf's ultimate to attack any enemy target, deals quantum additional damage equal to 20% of her attack for every debuff currently on the target. This effect can be triggered for a maximum of 5 times against each target during each use of her ultimate. So, TLDR for those who didn't pay attention. They increased all her base chance of applying debuffs, already making her effect hit rate needs way lower. They also got rid of her weakness implant randomness, turned her ultimate into an AoE attack, and gave her a lot of quality of life changes that allow us to focus more on a DPS build while not losing the support capabilities and energy for more ults. For her new updated builds, you will still want to use the tutorial mission stars as her light gun, and for her relics, you can build her like a DPS now, since all you need is a max of 67% effective rate, and you already get 58% from her light gun and kit. So, go with 4-piece Pioneer or Genius and Lushaka or Penacony ornaments, with a crit chest, speed boots, quantum orb and energy rope. For those who are wondering why shouldn't you go with attack rope, You can, but remember that you now have a passive that converts all the effective trait Silverwolf already needs to attack, allowing you to use an energy rope, leading to more ultimates that now are AoE, so more damage. Think about that. And for the substats, go with crits, speed, attack, and effective trait just if you really want to reach those 67%. Now, let's talk about Blade, and he suffered enhancements on his basic, enhanced basic, skill, ultimate, talent, his 3 major traces, and his Eidolon 1. His basic attack and enhanced basic attack are now fully HP scaling. With his skill, Blade now also increases greatly his chance of getting attacked by enemies. His ultimate and talent are now fully HP scaling as well. With his first major trace, when Blade uses ultimate, the total accumulated HP loss will be set to 50%. With his second major trace, the HP restored from healing increases by 20%, and after receiving healing, 25% of the healed amount will be converted to ultimate tally of HP lost. With his third major trace, the talent's follow-up attack deals 20% more damage and additionally regenerates 15 energy. And for last, with his Eidolon 1, Blade's enhanced basic attack and ultimate deals additional increased damage to one designated enemy, with the increased amount equal to 150% of the tallies of Blade's HP lost from his ultimate. So, TLDR. Blade is now fully HP scaling, increasing a lot his damage. He also has easier times reaching his max HP tally even at E0, and gains more energy, helping him achieving ultimates way quicker. For his new updated builds, he will be the character that changed the less among all the buffed characters, because we already used to build him as a fully HP scaler, so you still want to use a light cone with a high HP, with crits or damage buffs, like his signature as is by Saint Slot, My Day's signature, Ninja Record, or Secret Vow, or a light cone that improves his chances of getting attacked like Yunli's signature. And for the relics, stick with the Longevo's Disciple set with the Bone Collection's ornament, and go with a crit chest, speed or HP boots, wind or HP orb, and HP rope. Like I said, you don't need to change his build to be honest, unless by any chance you were building him with attack. And if you were doing that, then sorry for playing your game. Now let's talk about Kafka, and she suffered enhancements on her skill, ultimate, talent, her first and third major traces, and her Eidolon 1 and Eidolon 2. Her skill now is able to detonate DOTs from the adjacent targets as well, with damage equal to 50% of the original damage. Her ultimate now makes enemies immediately take damage from their current DOT status, equal to 120% of the original damage. Her talent now can be triggered when Kafka teammates attack enemies with any ability, and now her talent has 2 stacks. With her first major trace, when an ally's effective trait is 75% or more, Kafka increases that ally's attack by 100%. With her third major trace, after using ultimate, the talent's follow-up attack can be triggered one time, and the follow-up attack can cause all the DOT's debuffs that the target has to immediately produce damage equal to 80% of the original damage. With her Eidolon 1, when using an attack, there is a 100% base chance to cause the target to take 30% more DOT damage for 2 turns. And for last, with her Eidolon 2, while Kafka is on the field, DOT dealt by all allies increases by 33%. So, TLDR, Kafka's skill can now detonate DOTs on all the 3 targets and not only the primary one. She has 2 follow-ups now that can trigger with any attack from her teammates and will also detonate DOTs on the primary target. Not only that, but she also provides buffs for the team based on their effective rate, which is amazing on DOT teams. For her new updated builds, she is a character that quite changed the way you will want to play with her, since now you will need more effective rate than you needed before, 75% to be exact, and she opens up a new playstyle thanks to the more actions overall. So, if you want to be with a new meta build for Kafka, ideally you will want to use the 4-star tutorial Lightcon on Kafka, that will not only give her the extra effective trait she needs now, but will also give you energy that will result in more ultimates as long as you use her with Black Swan or someone that can give defense reduction debuffs to the enemies. For her relics, go for 4-piece Eagle set and Lushaka as your ornaments, with an effective trait chest, speed boots, lightning orb, and energy or attack rope. And for the substats, speed, attack, and effective trait. But if you are like me and you don't have the patience or resources, stick with her original build, using her signature, Cypher signature, or the 4-star options Eyes of Prey, or Good Night and Sleep Well, with the 4-piece Prisoner set, another Firmament, or the new Planar set coming this version. But now you will want to use an effective trait chest, speed boots, lightning orb, and attack rope. And for the substats, go with effective trait until you reach those 75%, then speed and attack. And for last, let's talk about Jingliu. And she suffered enhancements on her basic, skill and enhanced skill, ultimate, talent, technique, her 3 major traces, and her Eidolon 1, Eidolon 4, and Eidolon 6. In other words, pretty much everything in her kit got enhanced. Her basic attack, skill, enhanced skill, ultimate and technique still maintain the same effects but are now fully HP scaling. On her talent, Jingliu now gains 1 extra stack of CDG when entering her special state, totalizing 3 stacks instead of the previous 2, and now, every time she consumes allies' HP, she now gains 45% crit damage up to 5 stacks instead of the previous attack buff. And as the last new addition, after ally targets receive damage or consume HP a total of 20 times, Jingliu gains 1 stack of CGD and it can only happen 1 time per attack. With her first major trace, while in the spectral transmigration state, effect raise increases by 35% and ultimate damage dealt increases by 20%. With her second major trace, after using her skill, Jingliu regenerates an additional 15 energy, and after using her ultimate, Jingliu regenerates an additional 8 energy. With her third major trace, when obtaining CGG at max stacks, Jingliu's next attack ignores 25% of the target's defense. With her idle on 1, when using ultimate or enhanced skill, Jingliu's crit damage increases for 36% for 1 turn. Moreover, additional deals 1 instance of ice damage equal to 80% of Jingliu's max HP to the primary target. With her idle on 4, while in the spectral transmigration state, each stack of Moonlight additionally increases crit damage by 20%. And for last, with her idle on 6, when Jingliu enters the spectral transmigration state, the CGG stack limit increases by 1, and Jingliu obtains 2 stacks of CGG. While she's in the spectral transmigration state, her ice res pen increases by 30%. So, TLDR now for Jingliu. Jingliu is now an HP scaler DPS, they made her gain a lot of crits on her kit, 50% crit rate and a total of 225% crit damage with talent level 10, and now she not only can stay more time in her special state due to the extra stacks and the extra energy she gains leading to more ultimates, but she can also permanently stay there if you have a team that can sacrifice HP in other means, like Hyacinth's Lightcone for example, or even pairing her with Blade. For her new updated builds, she's a character that also changed the way you will want to build her, since now she's an HP scaler, and her attack buffers are now useless. So, you will want to use an HP oriented Lightcone, with Maiday's signature Lightcone being now her new best in slot Lightcone, but you can still use her signature Lightcone and any other Lightcone that Blade or Maiday might want to use. For her relics, you will still want to maintain the 4-piece collar and Rutland Arena as your ornaments, because even though she now can use the HP sets we have, you will still want the damage boost for her, since all she gains from her kit now is crits, with an HP chest, speed or HP boots, ice damage orb and HP rope. And for the substats, speed, crit rate until you reach 50% before battle, crit damage and HP percent. And of course, like I said, now that she is an HP scaler, you will want to pair her especially with Tribi and Hyacinth if you can. So, what do you think about these new buffs? As we could see, even though some characters require us to change our build, it's still a big increase on damage and I actually think everyone should use the enhanced version of these characters anyways. And now, all it's left for us is to enjoy seeing these old characters shine again and wait for other characters to get the same treatment. Maybe my wealth will finally be back. Thank you so much for staying until the end. If you like this video, don't forget to leave your sub and your like. 98% of you are not following the channel and I always post content every day, so I'm sure you won't regret it. Also, follow me on my other socials if you want to be on par with everything related to me. And don't forget to leave your opinion down in the comment section. My name is DPhoenix and it was a pleasure having you here. Catch you all on the next one. Bye!